So, how's going today? I'm back with another quick video on my updates on my next adventures forward into maybe a new reality that I'm trying to understand for myself. I'm back on the screen, I'm back on your screen, back on my screen, talking into a screen for a scream. Give me a scream so I can scream. Oh, shivers. Nah. I'm back and I'm trying to be consistent with these uploads and trying to get them going. And I'm just on my phone once again. And yeah, I'm screaming out. I'm trying to raise my voice a little bit when I make these videos to try and sort of bring things sort of like into reality's sort of domain. You know what I mean? And kind of it's like you want your actions to be like a reflection of who you are as a person. And what I mean is, like, if you're trying to understand more about the good sides in you, you want to go and pursue that side of you that you're trying to the goals that you're trying to achieve and stuff. So like I try and sort of motivate myself by like having good things in place, having kind of like some good things that I'm trying to do and achieve in my life. And those things are physical, but they're also like a tool for me to kind of channel my energy in the way that I feel is necessary. And like that's not easy all the time, because basically it's a journey. Sometimes it's a lonely road, you know what I mean? And sometimes the road is long and it's hard and it's arduous, and it can feel like you're not really making any achievements. But if it's a problem, then like you gotta like understand it for what it is, you know. Anyways, I am going to try to make this video as efficiently as possible, just so that I can sort of keep going with my day. I just wanted to take some time out of my day and like set myself up and just sort of like maybe find some new things to do and or work towards some things that I'm trying to work on. It's like a vlog, so I just say whatever I'm feeling and right now, and like those things are kind of just like training and trying to eat clean, trying to have like a healthy lifestyle, also trying to discipline my mind, trying to discipline my body and my mind. And that's almost like that's what I do, is by like not meditating in a sense, but keeping my mind clean and keeping my mind clean and keeping my body in shape. And I don't do yoga or anything, but like I'm very aware of the fact that what you get out. What you put in is what you get out, and it's true, because a lot of things that make you feel good also make you feel even better once you've gone to the effort of avoiding the bad stuff, I guess. So when we go out, we go through our day and we try and we do something that is beneficial for our improvement and our like effects in life, I guess you could say. Then like you reap rewards, and I do believe that. I think like every reaction has an equal and opposite reaction. I think that's like Newton's third law, but it's very true. Like as scientific as it is, and kind of crazy it is, but everything that you put in like has a reaction, and that reaction, like everything that you put in, you get out. You know what I mean? So it's pretty simple maths. Like you put in a cucumber, you're probably gonna like, you know, get some energy from that. But if you put in some crap, you're not gonna get much energy, and you're not gonna feel like very good. You know what I mean? So that's like the philosophy. That's like the rule that you got to try and live by. And yeah. Anyways, look, I just wanted to make a really quick video. It's just a slow day today actually. I need to do a couple things, but I just thought I'd like try and just make a quick video because they do help me to sort of get what's on my mind, and then hopefully like it reflects, you know, and then I can help other people. I just came to my garage and tried to do this, but it's not easy. So look, I'm just gonna try and figure out what I need to do to get myself good, and yeah, but like I'm gonna keep like trying to like find like the right thing for me. Sometimes the right thing for me isn't always like the right thing that you need to freaking figure out for yourself. And sometimes some days are better, worse than others, and some good days aren't as bad as the next, you know, but like or as good as the next. So it's interesting, and it's and you have to work at it. And then working is also like a good way to understand what you do and don't need in your life, cutting down on the crap and increasing the good things in your life, you know. And yeah, just like working towards something that's like it has impact on who you are and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna have to make this video now. Okay. But yeah, basically some tasks, some duties that I'm trying to do today is it's actually kind of a slow day, which is good. I'm just resting, and maybe later on I'm gonna go down to the track and do some track and field, you know, and run. Yesterday I had a good day. Today I'm gonna make it better and stuff. But it's not easy to really like focus in on what you're trying to do, you know. Sometimes you gotta really focus on what you're doing, and that's not easy. It's not always hard, but it's not always easy too. And like you gotta find that silver lining, you know, because painting that picture that you want for yourself isn't always as easy as finding the right colors. You know what I mean? It's sometimes about understanding that there's not much to really go off, and you know, you got to unleash that potential. You have to figure out what there is inside of you, you know. But that always creates a stronger mentality to go by, and like if you're, you know, working towards the strong characteristics inside your world, then maybe like it'll keep improving, and you'll you know, go full Super Saiyan and take over. You know, like not every day is going to be amazing, but you can always find something that's going to push you to like, you know, like figure out what it is that you want to do with your life, you know. Yeah, and like I'm not like a perfect example. I know I'm not, because I'm not where I want to be, but like who is, you know what I mean? Who is perfect? No one's perfect. And that's beauty. That's beauty. Is actually being too perfect is not a good thing. You have to have a bit of shades of grey. Everything has areas of shades of greys. Just trying to think. T.I. said that when with a Justin Timberlake song, I'm pretty sure. Oh, just T.I. on himself. There's always shades of grey, always, in everything. In everything, there's always areas of shades of grey, with shades of grey, and that's what makes us human, you know. Even the light, there's always different areas of light, you know. The light doesn't just hit you, you know. It portrays you, you know what I mean. It's coming through those trees, and it still gets you, but it sort of hits you differently, you know, because we're not perfect. If I was perfect, I'd be lit up, you know. But like we all have imperfections, and yeah, we all have little things that we're just working on, right? Or we're ignoring, or we're overcoming, and we're destroying, you know. So keep that mindset straight and narrow, and shoot small, aim small, and you know what I mean. I think that's how it is. Aim narrow. I think it's if you're aiming for the small spot, you're actually going to miss it. Aim large, you know what I mean? Aim high, aim large. And you're going to hit the target better, you know what I mean? And as you get better at what you're doing, the target is going to become narrower, you know, and it's going to become more central, you know, in your mind. And yeah, it makes you think about what that means, you know, which is like, you know, like keep working at your craft, keep pursuing it, sharpen yourself, and it'll naturally shrink and you'll start hitting bullseyes every single time. And it's a metaphor, you know, like broaden your horizons, you know what I mean? Don't set the bar too high. Don't limit your expectations too much, you know what I mean? Yeah, a car with an unhealthy rev limiter doesn't last long, you know. Like it's the process. It builds you, you know what I mean? You got to build up to something and to see what it's really like. So and there's so many metaphors that can really help you in your life, you know, and help you understand like your purpose maybe is lacking, or like maybe you're looking for something that's trying to give you that sort of strength and that sort of power to sort of push through like what is going on in your life, you know. Like nothing's easy. I mean, there's some things that I wish I was better at myself, you know, but like you just gotta like work. I mean, you just gotta find the thing that you like and you love and like see how far you get with it, you know. It's a process, like I said, and I love it. You know, you gotta love the process, you gotta love the journey, and you gotta love why you do it, you know. And this is like something that I really do thoroughly enjoy doing, which is making like little videos and stuff, just forcing myself to like get myself on camera and stuff. And like when I see myself in a recording, I'm like, damn, this is uncomfortable. It makes me feel like putting everything out there, like it makes me feel bad, you know what I mean? It makes me feel like it's not what I really want to be doing right now, but like if I don't do it, then I'm sad, you know what I mean? So I kind of like, you find that level in between like enjoyment, accomplishment, and like satisfaction in life, and sort of like, well, it's okay because I didn't want to dabble in it, but feel better because I done it, you know. So it's just one of those things, you know. You live by it. Yeah, you live by it, and you work towards it, and you live by it, and it builds you, you know, supposed to. And yeah, you know, you gotta live by the gun, live by the sword, die by the gun, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword, you know, like it's a narrow perspective sometimes. Like it is live by it, you know. You live by it, you die by it, you know. You live through it, you know, and you live for it. And it gives you the means of life. And yeah, and that's a saying, that's a quote maybe that like comes from places that, you know, like don't really want to be tread on, you know what I mean? So like tread on readily, you know, but like giving yourself the like opportunity to like breathe, you know, in a place, and giving yourself the environment to like be who you want to be is the most essential, is the quintessence of life, I think, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, the structure of like a structured mind, you know, they say, you know, like it builds, you know what I mean? It develops, and it breeds strength, you know. And I just changed my YouTube name to Raw Power, Raw Power, Raw Power. And I like that name because, you know, like we are animals that want to like that I think we have this like hardwired thing in our like head or whatever, or we're looking for something out in this freaking cosmo, you know what I mean, like galaxy, where it's like, you know, like we're searching for like our purpose, you know, and like it's kind of like if we're not finding it, we're upset and we're depressed, you know, and like, but then like, so everything is like like you go for a walk, but like we don't understand why we're doing things sometimes, you know, we don't understand the point and the energy that is in us, you know what I mean, like, and then like sometimes the most simplest things can give us such like personal wealth, you know what I mean, just like it, and then some days it's the good things, you know, and that sort of like balanced way of like living life, like appreciating little things and seeing how they can be small and big at the same time, and you can be doing one in the same, in comparatively, you could say, how that kind of builds like the mental sort of game, you know, the mental what's the word, the mental sorry, I'm just trying to think of this freaking name, the mental stamina, the mental endurance and stamina that that builds like hardness, you know, and raw energy, you know, and yeah, and like, but then there are days where, you know, you can just sit down with yourself, read a newspaper, you know, read like an article in the newspaper and learn a bit there, and then have a coffee and you know, like enjoy that side of life, and go outside. The weather's beautiful, you know. Yeah. So just like, you know, living your life in the way that you want, it's important, you know, and it's so important that I think that doing what you want and what you feel like doing is almost like the most important thing that you can be doing with yourself. And whether it's like, whether it's what you agree with or not, whether it's you know, like running, or whether it's like not running, whether it's just like cooking or sailing, you know, or like driving, I don't know, man, what people like, you know, like I like music, and and like, I don't know, looking after things and making things like look pretty, look like good. That's what I like. And yeah, making videos, I love making videos, and I make them as much as I can, and especially when I feel like I have the time for myself to do what I need, I feel like really strong. You know what I mean? Really, really powerful, really strong, and and it builds my self-esteem. So I think to myself, if I can hard nail that thought into my head, you know, like I'll become stronger, you know. And it's like, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't you do the things that you want to do if they make you feel good, you know? Yeah, and yeah, and I think like that's like how I think right now. But I'm gonna go, because I really wanted to say some stuff, and I have, and that's the process. It's getting it all out there, and then come back to life. You know what I mean? I've got to reground myself, and I'm gonna, you know, do the cooking, make some food, and you know, go for a run. Hopefully, find some things to do today. You know. Like I'm not like looking for anything crazy right now. I'm just going down to the track and running. But like this thing one where I'm going, like, oh, I'm feeling really good throughout the day, you know. And this thing, it makes me feel really good, you know. I'm just trying to milk it, you know. So some days are good, some days aren't that the best, but like you just got to keep finding what you want, your purpose and your destiny, you know, your fate and your meaning and fulfillment, you know, and enjoy the process, you know. Yeah, make it build you. Okay, I'm gone. Sharkers, enjoy. Maybe see you out in the ocean one day. See ya.